reacted to my content, accepted my friend request a few days ago. Hey Ivica, that 67 Mustang you have is a beast. Saw you reacted to my post about outdated DM tactics. Did I say something that earned me that thumbs up? Hey man, thanks. By the way, I love the opener. Right? It's nothing about it screams salesy. It's personalized. It has an element of what he saw on the profile. Talked about why he's reaching out, and again just kind of gathering information. Yeah, that caught my attention because I realized that these current methods don't work anymore. Yep, the old pain approach is dead. Saw the pattern for years, but people didn't listen. I feel like a sales prophet of something. Well, good. Good to know setters are finally waking up. When did you realize that these tactics ain't working anymore? Yeah. Good, 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 good. Could have been improved, like could have been phrased better. But this is also really good. Yeah, that's true. I realized that when I was on one of the offer, the lead started ghosting me. Oh, what did you? Okay, so this is what I mean, right? So the lead started ghosting him. I have no idea what he means by that. Like my assumption is they're leaving in mid conversation, but that could be at any point, right? So what I would do is I would ask a clarifying question at this point. It's like, what do you mean by that? Like, at what stage are they ghosting you? Is it like in the current situation, or is it like at the end of the when you like propose the call? Like, when are they ghosting you exactly? Right. So again, if something doesn't make sense to you, you ask them questions about it. Right. But Shane went ahead and said, "What did you do to fix that?" Honestly, nothing, because I don't know what to do. Exactly. Now, at this point, we're kind of stuck because this kind of gives us barely anything. But if he would have asked at what stage do they ghost you, he would have said, "Oh, it's typically in the middle of the conversation when I ask them about goals." I would be like, "Oh, so are other seller within your offer are facing the same thing?" "Oh, they are." "Okay. And how long has this been happening for?" "For about like 8 months now." "So wow, so for 8 months you've been facing this?" "It's for about 8 months now." "Okay, and what percentage of the leads actually ghost you?" "Maybe like 70% of my total leads." Wow. And by the way, just to be on the same page with you, like how much commission are you making based on the 20% that do reply to you? "I make about 2K a month." Wow. So that means you're leaving almost 6K on the table because these leads are ghosting you. Yes, that is the case. See, there's like so much you could go with if you would have just asked, "What do you mean by that?" Um, Honestly, nothing, because I don't know what to do. Nothing, bro. Honestly, nothing. I just heard a knocking, and I'm like, fuck. I'm on like second floor, and my window. Someone fucking knocked my window. Anyways, um, what was I saying? Yeah. So this is the fact where I would challenge him a bit. I'd be like, "What do you mean by you know nothing? Like, what do you mean by you don't know what to do?" Right? Because this is where you want to challenge them. Because again, if you just accept the bullshit they're giving you, it's not going to give you any benefit. Because think about it: if I'm a business owner and someone says this shit to me, I want to challenge them. I'm going to be like, What do you mean by you did nothing? You're losing money on the table. You know your leads are ghosting you, and you decide to do nothing. You just sit back and you're like, let me do nothing. It doesn't make sense to me, right? So you challenge them. You're like, LOL? Question mark? You did nothing? What do you mean by that? Right? Make them sound dumb. Make them seem stupid, because this is stupid. Right? And at one point they're like, "Yeah, man, it's my bad. I should have done something." Again, authority. Nothing, bro. But how long, bro? How long has this been an issue for? Nothing, honestly, for a couple of months, bro. A couple of months is a long time to not get this. I love this. Call him out. It's like, bro, like, what are you doing? I mean, it's your income on the line, man. How much are you bringing in income wise? Around 1K a month. The average DM setter makes 35K a month. Okay, so this is what I mean. So you're doing a great job, Shane, because like this is what 99% of the DM setters do. But this is what I want you to realize. You talking about the fact that it's your income on the line it's not doing it's not as impactful because he himself did not realize this. For example, if you would have asked where are the leads ghosting you, he would have said, when asked about goals, what percentage of leads are ghosting you? 70%. Gotcha. And how much commission are you making based on the 30% of leads that you do have? I'm making about 1K a month. Gotcha, man. So you're telling me you're leaving like 3K on the table just because like these leads are ghosting you? He's like, something like that. Is that more impactful than it's your income on the line? Absolutely freaking yes. Right? Because all of a sudden Ivica realizes, okay, I'm leaving 3K on the table. And it does make sense because it's not a number I got out of nothing. It's a number based on the data he gave me. So you have a lot more authority in the conversation. You're right, around 1K. Bro, the average DM setter make 3 to 5K a month. And I personally know and coach setters doing up to 10K a month. There's too much money out there for you to be just getting ghosted for 1K a month. Plus, I assume that income is in. So where would you? Okay, another thing I would talked about is how many hours is he working on a day-to-day basis, right? Because again, you need to make him real. Because again, this is like the 10% of DM setters, like not even 10%, maybe like these are like the 90% of DM setters that make like 1K a month working 8 hours a day. And you need to make him realize that he is in the 90% tag as of right now. And the way you do that is by asking him like, how many hours are you working, by the way, to make that 1K a month? He's like, oh, I work like 8 hours a day. Gotcha. And is it like 5 days a week? He's like, no, it's actually 6 days a week. Guess what? I would open up my calculator. I would be like 8 into 6 is about 54 hours. Oh shit. 8 into 6 is about 48 hours a week. We go with 4 weeks. Okay, that's about 192 hours. I would divide that for 1,000, and I would reach out to him. I would be like, wait, did I do the math right? Yeah, I did. Okay. So I would reach out to him and I would be like, so you're making 2 cents an hour? Or whatever this is. I don't know. I feel like I did the math wrong. But you get it, right? Whatever the number is, you kind of give him his hourly rate. Because again, to some people, 1K might seem like a big number, but the moment you give them their hourly rate, that's when it's going to hit them. Right? And again, that's when you can say this. Bro, the average DM setter makes 3 to 5K a month. Right? So you give them a reality check around what they're making. Because again, 1K, if they're from India, guess what? They're smiling, telling you, I make 1K a month. Right? So you need to give them a reality check, break it down for them, give them the hourly rate, and then I would just move towards average setter make. Bada bada boom. Where are you based off of? What's your income goal? That's actually crazy. I really want to make around 5K a month. This is where I see. Okay, so this is what I want you to realize, guys. Take a minute and see what he said. He said, I really want to make 5K a month. If I scroll up, he said, I did nothing to fix the ghosting issue. Do you see these two are conflicting with each other? I really want to make 5K a month. I did nothing. I really want to lose weight, but I'm not going to the gym. It makes no sense. It's conflicting. So this is where you challenge him. I would be like, really? Question mark? You sure? He'd be like, yeah, I'm sure, but what do you mean by that? I'd be like, bro, can I be honest with you? He'd be like, yeah, sure. I would be like, it's been months and you've done nothing to fix the issue that could help you make 5K a month. And now you're saying you're really serious about it. I mean, do you see how that sounds like? He'd be like, yeah, I can see that. I can see it now. Okay, what does that sound like? It sounds stupid. Exactly. See, now you have so much room. And you can easily talk to them and you can easily set them up as an authority, right? So again, if something doesn't make sense to you, if there's a conflict between what they say, between the two things they say, it doesn't make sense. If I say I want to lose weight, but I haven't been going to the gym for 4 months, you could use that against me because again, my words are not aligning with each other. right? So again, that's what you should be doing. One man's idea of financial freedom is having the Lamborghini to buy a Lamborghini and hot woman, while the other man's financial freedom is to have a donkey, a farm where he lives with his kid. What do you mean by financial freedom, for bro? What does that look like for you? Okay, so this is amazing, and it would have worked in 2021, right? So this is like a really good resonation, but again, it's too extended. It might work better on a phone call, but if you are a DM setter, this is what I do. I say something humorous. So if they say something vague, like I want financial freedom, I would usually say I want two goats that can meow. But all jokes aside, for you specifically, what does financial freedom look like? You say something stupid, you get something stupid, right? You want financial freedom? I want two goats that can meow, right? And then I would just send a laughing emoji and be like, all jokes aside though, what does financial freedom look like for you specifically? That does two things. Number one, they're not used to anyone saying that. So it's a pattern interrupt. The moment you say that, you stand out from the crowd and the coaches. Number two, it's usually going to get them to laugh and get you a better response on what they mean by financial freedom, right? So that's what I would have done at this point rather than this, because again, this works, but the humorous one, it kills it. I mean, I could buy things that I want. Arvika, you're being one ass of a lead, bro. You're being one ass of a lead with Shane. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yes, definitely. He was being kind of, uptight.
Yeah, I can see that. Um. Uh, okay, cool. So to get to that 5K a month, what's your plan now? Honestly, I need to change something to be able to hit 5K a month. What do you mean by change something? Okay, so again, good question, right? Good question. Actually, it is a good question. Can I have them clarify? I cannot use the old and expect different methods. I mean, you say that, man, but you do nothing. Okay, he said it. Good job. Good job. You did a really good job. Um, you did the pattern interrupt. Now, this pattern interrupt could have been. See, the way that I look at sales or DM setting is every question is good, every frame is good, everything is good, but it just depends on how much information you have on the lead to make that frame stand out and be super impactful, right? If we had all the information that I talked about, if you would have, leveraged, if you would have challenged him or asked him a question about his working hours or, why he has done nothing and challenge him a bit, this would have been a lot more powerful, right? Again, it's the same thing, but just by these little changes, this could have been a lot more powerful. But I'm really glad you did this because again, DM setters are proposing call in the same old way possible, and it does them no benefit. Doing this is again a pattern interrupt that helps you book like 90% of the leads that you speak with, and they're like so excited for the call. The moment you propose the call, they're like, "I would love to schedule in." You did exactly that. You've been stuck at 1K a month for a couple of months. You said you don't know what to do, but you also said you didn't try to fix anything. You didn't try anything to fix it. I mean, you clearly have drive because a lot of people would have given up in your position, man, but you expect a result but keep not trying. That's a pattern. I have new methods for my student. Can I hop on a call with you? Bada bada boom. Sounds good. Sure. Pick a time. Okay. So this was a decent role play. The feedback that I have for you is again, you could have been a bit more upfront with him. You could have challenged him a few times. You could have used humor here. And if something doesn't make sense to you, you gotta stand out and you gotta challenge them on that. Because again, if there's a conflict between what he says and two different things, you gotta challenge them on that.